What did I miss? What did I miss?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this has been a minute since you heard my voice leading this on off. But I am your boy, your nephew, your cousin. I'm the Don Chaz Evans. I'm the host of the 3 Count Podcast. And welcome to a very special edition of What Did I Miss?
What did I miss?
What did I miss?
We are so getting canceled.
Absolutely.
YouTube strikes for days.
Facts. So let me go introduce the man right here, the man, the myth, the legend. He is the second in command. Actually, you know what? I lie. He's the head honcho. He's the white man that runs this show. I don't do shit. I don't run shit. I just talk shit. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Red Dog of Red Dogs, the landlord of the Dog Pound, Cliff Miller.
That's right. I am the Air Force veteran intel specialist, the one they call Red Dog, and your favorite mercenary. What up?
Oh man. So what did we miss, Cliff? Like, well, I guess we'll get to that in a minute. But how you been? I mean, I can't say you've had any type of break during the hiatus because
Yeah.
as you can still hear, there are interviews still being produced every week. So shout out to you. So what's up? What you been up to since we've been off?
No, just really training and in the ring, with our trainer, working on a lot of practice matches, trying to get better in the ring. And then outside of that, we have the podcast. Like you said, we're doing interviews. We just had Shauna Reed, her interview is gonna be coming out. Richey Michelle.
Yep.
Yeah. Richey Chanel was on. Diana Michelle was also on. That's why I got names mixed up. Then we launched off the third show, like returning to the ring.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a lot of stuff that's been kind of going on. Now we have everybody has a show, and we have theme songs for them. And so I'm trying to remember this is your song, this is my song, this is Anthony's song, and
Okay.
get all together. And then we have an editor team. So actually, crazy enough, we have 3 people who are going to be helping us out with all the editing and working on clips and putting their stuff together. And then I'll still go out and post it. So it's a lot of stuff been added to the team. We added members too. We added behind the scenes as well as in front of the camera.
Yeah. Wow. And then man, we've been making moves. We out here, man. We trying to win the Super Bowl next season.
we have the Twitch channel, we have a YouTube channel, we have the Facebook, and we have an ability to stream all of our podcasts now on all 3 platforms at the same time.
Right. So
still
if for all our faithful podcast listeners who haven't, made that jump, but yeah, go make sure you can check us live. You can check this show out live. Well, at least the debate show you can check out live on Sundays. That's when we record at 5 p.m. on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook. I know you probably have at least one of those. So definitely go check us out next week, which will be the 17th live on YouTube. So because this is probably going to drop, you'll probably drop this tomorrow, right? Just off the jump.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All you gotta do is just put the song in. I mean, I got the sound effects here, so
right.
But yeah, so what did I miss? So let me backpedal a bit. So I do got some announcements. Always got to put it out there. Shout out to our store, our Pro Wrestling Tee store. Make sure you get some merch, guys. It helps support the podcast. Listen, this stuff ain't free. Okay. To run a whole podcast network, it's not free. Anchor may get us to you guys for free, but giving you quality content costs money. So definitely go support our Patreon page, as well as buying a shirt. So definitely help us out. It'll be worth it, trust me, because guess what? We can have more cool stuff for you. And hell, who knows? We might be running our own shows. That's a good idea, 3 Count Podcast, but don't say you didn't hear it here first. Also, if you have not followed us on any of our social media, whether it be TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, PhotoBucket, OnlyFans, definitely go subscribe or follow us at 3count_pod or at 3countpod on your favorite social media site. Give us a like, give us a follow, all that in between. So definitely do that. Also, next week, like I said before, is the return of the debate show. Like Cliff has said, we got new members. You never know who's going to pop up on the debate show, and you never know what shenanigans will be said. So definitely tune in next week at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to be there. Or you know what? At this point, don't be nowhere else. Just be there live.
Yeah.
For the return of the debate show. Be there. So here we go. What did I miss? Let's get started. So Cliff, Kenny Omega. Let's start there.
Sheesh, man. Like, what a wild ride. Like, it has been just from, so we ended the show in December, right? And it was like, or no, November. Oh God.
No, we ended, Survivor Series was technically our last, it was the week before our last, yeah.
Yeah, so late November, and the week that we ended, like,
every fucking thing happened.
So loose. Like, we had Kenny Omega win the title against Jon Moxley, and then
turned heel.
Yeah, turned heel, and then Don Callis was there. Which Don Callis, like, being there, it was funny for me. Like, I wrote it off too. Just like they did it. They did exactly what they wanted to do. Right. I wrote it off. I was like, whatever. It's Don Callis. He's there. It's cool.
Right. And he's done it before.
Right. And so, like, he's just there to call it off. And then, like, he's like, hey, ref, gets hit, drops the microphone. Also, Kenny grabs it, smashes. John wins the title, runs off, and then goes to the back. Everybody's like, what the hell's going on? But then, like, what made it crazier was when Don Callis was like, you can catch our announcement on Tuesday, in which we heard, yeah, but Dynamite's on Wednesdays. He's like, but you can catch us on Impact. And I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, wild. Yeah, so yeah, I think so. Because I remember exactly all of this. And it was the one time I decided I was gonna watch NXT over AEW. I was like, I watch NXT live this time because I decided, like I said, not to do the whole flip back and forth because I'm missing stuff. So I watched NXT live that week, and all of a sudden I get a text message from Angel, and it was Instagram actually. She sent me the picture of of them saying that Kenny was the new AEW champion. And I was like, I hadn't seen it yet. And I was like, oh, wow. I knew they were probably going to put the belt on him. She's like, oh, you haven't seen it yet? I said, no, I'm still watching NXT. She said, sorry. So at that point, I was like, oh, wow. I was inclined to watch it. Man, I just cared for the finish. So I was able to, I saw on Instagram the finish, and I was blown away. I was like, this is actually pretty interesting. This is pretty cool. I love the way Kenny left out of there. Like, they were like booking it. Like, it's like, nope, get out of here. Showing Tony Khan, like, whoa, what the heck was that? And then they all just giving the fuck you to them. I thought it was good. And it, finally gets Kenny Omega as the AEW World Champion, which we, said was going to happen sooner rather than later.
You know what though? It's something that we were talking right before we were doing the production. We were doing the pre-production, and on that show though, on that specific show, that was the third coolest thing that happened was Kenny turning heel and becoming the champion.
That's
It was the
correct.
third coolest thing because the obviously AEW Impact deal was like announced, but Sting returned.
That's facts.
On the same day. And we're over here like, what else happened in the time that we went off till next week? And like, that's it. That was another big thing that happened. I was like, oh yeah, Sting came back. Oh
Yep.
yeah, Sting came back.
So Sting. Yeah, Sting came back to TNT. He
with a badass shirt.
It is a badass shirt. It is. I give AEW credit as far as shirts. As far as the t-shirt company, they got cool shirts.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sting is an AEW guys, and he has his fixation on Darby Allin.
Yeah.
And we can probably be brought up in the debate show, But Cliff, I don't get it because, and it's funny because Chris Idol had brought this up to me in a conversation. If we're gonna put, Sting with Darby, does Darby still classifies himself as a loner? No, Darby's Sting. He's a loner. That's why he's in the rafters because he's a loner. Like he don't like people. And I don't blame him. So when we put Sting with him, does that make him a loner? Like I'm not sure what they're going to do as far as Sting, because let's be real. I'm a part of the majority that's like, I don't want to see Sting wrestle. I don't want to see Sting wrestle. I don't want to see Sting wrestle unless it's Sting versus The Undertaker. Is that selfish and crazy, biased? Yes, but just I almost watched Sting die.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's like, okay, so
not that it's Rollins. I'm not saying that it's Rollins' fault or anything. It's just Sting's up there in age.
61.
61. How old was Flair when he legitimately stopped? Because he wrestled
after Impact, after TNA.
Yeah, because I think Impact that was the last time he wrestled was Impact,
right?
To my mind.
Yeah.
So we're looking like what, 2010?
Yeah, something like that. 2011. Yeah, something like that.
No, I don't know. Math is hard. Yeah, this is where we need.
I can't recall, but yeah, I feel what you're saying though, and I'm on the same boat. Like, but okay, so we're gonna like open up this floodgate, right? I have the same problem with Sting wrestling that I do with Goldberg right now. Like when it comes to Royal Rumble, like because he's obviously challenging, pull the bonds back, Drew McIntyre, like at the Royal Rumble, like it's Drew. But I have that problem, like, yo, dude, like, okay, cool, Goldberg, we liked you. And when you came back for the 2K thing, we liked you then. When you squashed Brock, we liked you. Then you came back and like, when you and the Kevin Owens thing, it's hit or miss, right? I kind of enjoyed it, but I understood like that also kind of like stunted KO at the same time.
It's just, my argument for that. They did the same thing with Rock and Punk.
Yeah. And that's a problem.
Mania.
And that was a problem. But then like what's funny is now you see Sting is there, and I was like, I don't want to see Sting wrestle like at all. Like I don't even care if it's a cinematic match. I just don't want to see it. Like he's there, cool. It's the same thing with Matt Hardy. Like I want Matt Hardy's creative ability at AEW. I just don't want to see him in the ring anymore. Like I get he still has a lot to offer to business, but I don't want him in there. Just the same way with Sting. Like Sting's 61. Like, yo, bro, like stay in there. You can wear the makeup. You can be like the manager. Do the same thing that Arn's doing. Arn delivers a spine buster every once in a while. He doesn't do it all the time. Jake gets involved every once in a while. He'll do like a punch, or like the other, I think one episode just recently, he did the DDT, like, or the short arm clothesline
at the Brody tribute.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that's just like, there's another thing. But anyway, but yeah, that was the thing. Like, it's just, I just don't want to see Sting back in a ring. Like that's just, it's unfair to say, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we gotta, it's for the safety, and the health.
And why? Okay, so I get that he has this infatuation with Darby, but is like he trying to make Darby like the new Sting? Because like my problem with it is why? Because they both have face paint. They both have white and black face paint.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the thing. I think that's, I guess what the next step as far as AEW with Sting coming back is why, but yeah, Sting's back and he's with Darby. They're a little thing, but I know sooner or later we're gonna get Sting versus, in a sense, Sting versus Cody. But Impact. Let's go back to Impact and AEW. So there is announced there's a partnership. So next week on on Impact had a Surge. And Impact Surge was their highest rating, highest watch show all year on Access and Twitch. I think because I checked out on Twitch. I think Twitch they were at literally almost 33,000 on Twitch. If I don't correct my math, but I remember being on there and seeing the count. But yeah, you kind of think that's what they want. That's the whole point of that deal. My favorite thing though with the Impact and AEW deal is the awesome plug AEW commercials with Tony Schiavone and Tony Khan.
You hear that
They're
Vince is
hilarious.
gonna buy this company? Yeah, there's a big rumor I'm gonna buy this company.
Like it's yeah, because they get that shit on the dirt sheets. But yeah, what do you think about it, Cliff?
Love it. I love
Like
it.
AEW.
I want to see. Oh, yeah. I love seeing like the companies work together and cross over. I know we do it all the time and like in the indie scene, like we see like talent come over and they kind of promote like other titles, sometimes. But this is huge, man. Like you're talking about like one of the juggernauts in Impact working. Well, I don't want to say Impact, but with AEW working with Impact, and then also we didn't even talk about the fact that Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb are still on AEW and they're still showcasing the NWA title, like the women's title.
Fact. Yeah, no,
So it's
that's
like
actually,
you
yep.
still have all these cool stuff, like all these little pieces that are in play, all the people coming through. I mean, just even last week, Gallows and Anderson showed up. Like
Mhm.
we saw. I know a lot of people will call it the reformation of the Click, but not the Click, the Bullet Club, but it wasn't Bullet Club. Just be real, okay? Call it the Elite. I don't care what you call it. It's not Bullet Club, and the reason why is because it was brought to my attention by Matt Gruber. Shout outs to this dude. Everybody that was there was kicked out. Like they all got kicked out of Bullet Club. Like, cool. You can be the Elite, is what you can call it. I don't care what you call yourselves, but you can't call yourself the Bullet Club. That's it. I know you all gonna do the hand sign, but it is what it is. But seeing those talent crossover, right? And I specifically was pointing out Gallus and Anderson because they're there. Kenny obviously going to AEW. So we have like the talent swap that's kind of there. I just kind of hope to see more of it. And I don't really care who crosses over. I just want to see it. Like,
Right.
I would love to see Hard to Kill and then see John Moxley run in and cost Kenny Omega the match because of what happened on Dynamite.
That's a possibility.
I think that would be so cool.
So I think we have a week until Hard to Kill. So we'll see. I guess we gotta see what happens on Impact and Dynamite this week, and you never know. Like that's don't let's not say that's not that's improbable. It's a possibility. So awesome. Let's move on. So I can't wait for this one. Big E, and Big E has his own topic, his own category for the show. So like we said, when we went on hiatus, it was right after Survivor Series. So the draft happened. Big E was moved to SmackDown, splitting him up with Xavier and Kofi because they're on Raw. They faced off against the Street Profits at Survivor Series. Survivor Series happened. They go their separate ways. That was the last time we saw Big E with the New Day. So Big E goes to SmackDown and he has a new theme song. He brings back the chalk. Let's talk about what happens with Big E. So Big E gets on Talking Smack and Cliff.
Oh my god, that was so good. I don't care what anybody has to say. Paul Heyman was right, and I loved every word of it. Just gonna put it out there.
And Paul just creates stars. I think that's what it is, and I think that's Paul's ability that he creates stars. He can't help it, and that's why they're Paul Heyman guys. Before WWE may try to make that a whole faction,
right?
But Big E ends up winning the Intercontinental Championship on the last SmackDown of the year. So shout out to Big E. Big E's now that's his second time holding the title and his first singles win since the New Day. So what do you think, Cliff?
No, I love it. And what Paul had said was that in legacy of Big E, that the New Day will be a footnote in his greatness. And I was like, dang, bro, like just the thought process that Paul Heyman would say something like that. Like you think about like the people that he's worked with, some of them have been hits, some of them have been missed, right? Because he can't create stars out of everybody. But when he cares, you genuinely see that it shows. Mm-hmm. Like Punk, Lesnar, obviously with Big E. There's a lot of people out there that he's turning just by saying things. And it's just weird, man. It's like the promo felt like it was heartfelt, like I don't know if it was scripted or not. I like Paul. Like he
Yeah.
put it in.
Yeah. Paul's awesome. Like, yeah, and it was. I think this is in maybe this is the start of the rise of Big E, and maybe this, is the step up to getting that major, main event push that we've been wanting to see from Big E for like literally the past 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
So it's and I'm excited. I'm glad Big E won, and also I'm glad because he's black.
Well, I think the other
But-
part too I really like about it though was the fact that now we see like this. There's been a change in kind of his character. Like he still comes out like there's parts of it where like you still see like the kind of goofy side of Big E, but like just for example, this last week, right, we saw Big E get slapped by Apollo Crews and all that shit went out the window. Like he was like, yeah, hey, you know what? We'll do it again. We'll run it back. Yeah, man. Bam. The fuck are you doing? And then bam, just laid in Apollo Crews and just destroyed this man. I was like, see, this is the Big E that Paul Heyman was talking about, was that focus, collected, destructive kind of person versus like the happy-go-lucky, like let me be a goofball kind of person. So it was definitely cool to see that Big E show up and just dominate Apollo Crews that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You think they might build a faction with Roman and Big E and Jey Uso?
I hope not.
Nah.
I don't. You know why? And I say that. This is why I say that, right? It's because like you just had Big E leave the New Day.
Yep.
I put Big E with
Back with yeah.
yeah. You know what I mean?
No, I'm right there with you. But yeah, Big E, Intercontinental Champion. So likewise with Big E, the tag titles changed. Actually, I think they technically changed twice because they had a switch between the Street Profits and New Day because New Day was the SmackDown champions and Street Profits were Raw, but then they got drafted to opposite shows, so they just switched the belts. Literally, like they traded Pokemon with the belts. So now, well, yeah, Adam Pearce
just making that swap happen.
Right. Because that big of a deal. So now that the New Day are technically now the Raw Tag Team Champions and vice versa, the Street Profits are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Whoop-de-doo. Now we get to Raw Tag Team titles. So New Day gets into this feud with the Hurt Business. And at TLC, the tag titles were on the line. Hurt Business being Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin defeats the New Day, Kofi and Xavier, and we have new Raw Tag Team Champions, and that is Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, the Hurt Business. And I am all for this. I love the Hurt Business. This is exactly what Cedric Alexander and Shelton both needed for their careers because they were at this point were on the sidelines. And it's crazy to think that Cedric Alexander is the guy that had that fire match a couple years ago in the Cruiserweight Classic, and the fans were chanting "Sign him." So this is I'm all for the Hurt Business. I'm in, and also Bobby Lashley still United States champion. So Hurt Business is actually kind of dominating Raw. So what do you think, Cliff?
No, I thought it was cool. Like we were talking about this kind of like in a chat room where like Bobby, US champ, Big E, Intercontinental champ, tag titles were with Street Profits. We'll talk about that. Hurt Business, Sasha Banks, like all the titles were like really just and R-Truth, can't forget him, 24/7 champ.
Oh yeah, you can't.
But
you can't forget
Black Excellence right there, just being
yes.
showcased.
Yes, sir. You got that right. You absolutely got that.
Then we joked about how like on the other side, all like if you looked at all the titles, like majority, like nobody from America. I mean, Johnny Gargano and NXT like was like the only person holding a title. I was like, yeah, that's the way it worked out. And wait, and NXT Tag Champs. Who are NXT Tag Champs right now?
You don't know who the NXT Tag Team Champions? Really?
I'm kind of forgetting.
Really?
Yeah, it's a thing. At this moment, it's a thing. Are you
Only
looking it
Lorcan-
up? Like judging me?
No, I'm not looking it up. It's only Lorcan and Danny Burch.
Oh yeah. So foreigners, see, immigrants, they get the job done.
Hey,
Drew stole the title. Like it's cool. It's cool. It's really cool. And I'm with it. So I mean, it's cool to see. And Escobar's still holding on to that NXT Cruiserweight Championship. So let's go. I'm all about this. And I know we've had our piece about what's happened with WWE, but all their top champions, like look at all the titles that are being held right now.
yeah, it's the safe face.
It is. But and I'm for it. I love the Hurt Business. I like what they're doing. I like the fact that MVP was like, yo, let me get these 3 gentlemen and I will coach them up and get them on point. And I don't know how much coaching he would be doing for Bobby Lashley, because obviously like they've had that history with like Impact.
Mhm.
But to see the Walking Armageddon is kind of back, and then you add Shelton and Cedric, who's obviously like, it just feels like we're looking at a Black Evolution. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
be that guy, but if you looked at Evolution and you looked back at them, you're kind of like, oh, okay, I kind of see what he's talking about. But Shelton Benjamin is like, he's not really, I don't know. It's weird to say it like that, because Bobby Lashley obviously is Batista.
They're the first Hurt Business. How's that?
I mean, yeah. I love watching them, and this is what I see. I see MVP as like the old veteran that's like helping them.
Mhm.
Bobby Lashley.
No,
is
I
like,
get what you're saying though. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
and then Cedric is obviously he's the up and coming asshole, because like,
Right.
let's be real, man. His antics about how he's like, I won the tag titles for us. I'm like, dude, you tagged yourself in at the last minute and got the job done. I will give you that, but I love Cedric, man. It's just his attitude right now. I just love watching him like get all like, he's like, it's all about me, baby.
Same. So we got to move on to the other side of the tracks and go to SmackDown, and as far as the tag team championship. So, but before we go, let's give a round of applause for Black Wrestlers. Thank you to our studio audience for that round of applause for Black people. So, moving on to SmackDown and the tag team championships. So yeah, they were held by the Street Profits, and they lost it to everyone's favorite uncle, and that's Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Glorious, but he doesn't get to come out to that song, man. He can come out to Dolph Ziggler's song.
So yeah, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, Cliff.
Yeah. You know what though? Let me be real. Okay, I'll be front with this. I like the fact that Ziggler won. I do, and I'll tell you why. That man has been in the company. He's been a company guy this whole time, right? And he's done all the things that they've asked him to do. And like, I feel like this was like their way of saying like, hey, we want to reward you with something, but we don't know we can't give you the Intercontinental title because we want to give it to Big E. We can't give you the title because that's what's Roman. And we can't, like, the only thing they can do to kind of like tell him like, hey, here, thanks for getting squashed by Goldberg back in SummerSlam a couple of years ago. We want you to now hold this title.
What they should have did. They should have waited for the Dolph and Drew. I wish they would have waited for that and then have Dolph be the one to take it off of him. Right. That would be the story that they should have did. Kind of like I wish they would do Cena and Roman now.
Really? I don't know if I want to see Cena Roman now.
I would. I mean, I think I would have. Yeah, because I like this Roman. Yeah. I like this. I want to see this Roman, Tribal Chief Roman, do the versus the leader of the C Nation. Not Roman, who we were booing every week because we knew he was shoving down our throats. And
I just wish they would have pulled that trigger a couple of years ago. I guess they don't have everything lined up like they do now, but like,
Yeah, same.
but the problem I have though, let's keep this 100. If Roman Reigns was in a live crowd right now, people will be cheering him. No one's booing him. No one like this Roman Reigns. When Roman showed up at SummerSlam, what did we do? We cheered the fuck out of that man because we were like, yeah, finally we got what we wanted. He's a heel, and we cheered this man. This man would be equivalent to what Becky Lynch was when Becky Lynch, like, when she turned heel but then became the man. Like, that's what we would have seen with Roman. Right. Roman. It's just gonna sound bad to say it too. Roman is the Rock. Like when the Rock was like, all you people are gonna keep saying die Rocky die, you're gonna address me as the Rock. And everybody was like, yeah, you're the Rock now. There he goes. And now Roman, if Roman had a crowd at SummerSlam, we would have cheered him. And now we wouldn't have booed him. Every person that came up against Roman, we would have booed those guys. Kevin Owens, especially. We like Kevin. Kevin's a face. Kevin came out against Roman. We would have booed Kevin. We would boot him right out the building because we want Roman.
That's a good take. Okay.
That's why I feel bad for Daniel Bryan. If he is the opponent at WrestleMania, trust they're gonna boo Daniel Bryan because they're gonna want to cheer Roman for the first time.
Yeah. They're not like fans of WrestleMania this year, though.
That we know of. That could change.
You know what?
It's right. Florida.
That's true. It could change. It could. But yeah. So yeah, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, tag team champions on SmackDown. It is what it is for me. I didn't like how the Street Profits, once they switched and they were on SmackDown. The Street Profits were, it just went, it's not to them. It's just what the SmackDown writing team has for them. But yeah, Robert Roode, Dolph Ziggler, yay.
But the thing about the Street Profits though is that they're good chasers. Like, and there's certain people that I've said this about another person.
Yeah,
they're better chasers than they are champions, but they are good champions. But they're better chasers. And I love seeing their promos about chasing. Because speaking about people who are chasing, like the rise of Bianca Belair, like I know that we've said numerous times that she's amazing, but watching her do her thing now, especially with the feud that she has with Bayley, like, I low-key think this will be good for Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, like to lose the titles and then to chase them back up. Imagine what would happen if you get to see Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair at Royal Rumble versus, and then you have those two, and then you have Street Profits going back for the titles and they win. Could be cool.
Okay.
I like Sasha. I don't want her to lose, but if she lost to Bianca, I wouldn't be objective to it.
Same. So also TLC, we had a return. We had, besides Goldberg returning, and we'll get to that next. But the Queen has returned. Charlotte Flair makes her return to TLC. She becomes Asuka's partner. And well, guess what? She won the women tag team titles with Asuka on her return match. Yeah, Charlotte's back, and to Josh's dismay.
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like Charlotte. Listen,
I don't disown anything about Charlotte. I love Charlotte. Charlotte is one of the best. I don't care what, like I said, Josh's whole argument. Sasha. Charlotte is as good as she says she is. She's as good as she's even portrayed to be. Like, that's just Charlotte is. So anytime she's on the show, I'm cool. Do they shove Charlotte down our throat? Yes. I'm not gonna deny that. Yes. But yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with Charlotte back. I'm happy that she's back.
Yeah, I'm
because
just confused by her character right now, like the way that
yeah,
they're trying to like drive her because like when she's in the ring, she's clearly a face. But then they have her on like Raw Talk and then she's like cutting heel promos. And it's
yeah,
like, because like the one I think about, right, is when she's like, I'm the one true Grand Slam winner. They're like, well, Bailey and Sasha and Asuka did it before you. Yeah, but they didn't win the Divas title. And I was like, well, that's kind of a dick thing to say. Like, yeah, yeah, but that title also got defunct like while you were there. It's I don't know. To me, it's wild to think, but it is what it is. So at this point in time, like, and even at that, like Bailey came up after the title got defunct. Like, so she's technically a Grand Slam champion. Asuka's the same way. Like, you can't win a defunct title. Like, she's there, or you can caveat it. Charlotte has won all the titles, whereas like, Sasha, Bailey, and Asuka were all the new Grand Slam champions. So it is what it is.
yeah,
It's just weird to me, and I'm just kind of like,
yeah.
whatever. Be you.
Yeah, but I'm just waiting for Charlotte to turn heel because I mean, you can Charlotte as a face, yeah. Charlotte's just she comes she's like Randy. She comes in her own when she's an asshole. So
Yeah, I like her better. I like her better as like the prick. Like,
yeah,
I don't say it like that.
Charlotte is so good a heel. It's like you can't not hate her.
Right.
Kind of like Edge was, when that rated R, when he was playing the rated R superstar. Like you just looked at him, you wanted to hate him. That's how I feel about Charlotte. Like I want to boo her because she's so good as being a heel.
Yeah.
But so moving on, Goldberg comes back. Legends Night just happened this past week on Raw. Well, no, it was 2 weeks ago, right?
No, it was last week.
That was last week. Jeez, last week on Raw. Keith Lee and Drew were facing off for the WWE title. Drew retained, and of course, all the legends come out, and Goldberg comes there and says that you think you can beat us old guys. The whole bitter old man promo that Goldberg cut, and then at the Royal Rumble, it's going to be Goldberg and Drew McIntyre. We're not going to get into how we feel about that because that's definitely one of the topics on the debate show for our season premiere. So, because I have my personal gripe about it. But yeah, so Goldberg is back. Just talk about Goldberg's back, not anything else afterwards, because like I said, save all that for the debate show. As far as him facing Drew, but Goldberg returning, another title shot.
Yeah, I think that's my problem.
Oh, I'm getting mad.
You know what? Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I saw a tweet from Trish that said that she had unfinished business with Sasha, and I would rather watch that. Like, and let me not be disrespectful. I like Goldberg. I really do. I liked Goldberg's run in WCW. I know everybody's like he was very bland, like whatever. He only had like 3 moves. Cena only has 6. Roman has 5. Or I think Roman has 7 now because he now has a guillotine choke. Whatever, But my ultimate problem is the same reason that I have a problem with Sting, like wanting to come back in the ring. Like, bro, like you almost legitimately killed a 300-pound man, like with a bad brain buster. Like, I don't want to say Drew's not the person to do it with. Like, I know you can have those kind of matches with like Dolph. That's cool, but at the end of the day, man, yay, ratings pop.
That's how I feel.
It's like ratings. Like, that's what we did. I think that's my bigger problem is that WWE once a quarter has these Legends nights to draw a rating, but eventually the diminishing return is going to be coming. And even if you wanted to showcase Goldberg, like you ran out of time for the show. So what we ended up seeing was Goldberg and this is the other problem I had, right? Knock down Goldberg, or Goldberg knocks down Drew. And I want to talk about that specifically, right? One push. And I know it's gonna sound rough when I say this, but Drew is a big dude, and you mean to tell me that you're gonna knock your champion down with one push, and then like, I know if you go on YouTube, you saw that the Glasgow kiss happened and Goldberg like stumbled back, but you knocked down the champion after he had a a really good match with Keith Lee, and that's what we got. That's what we got. Like, so now we just make our champ look like a chump because we brought back an old legend. Like,
Yeah, and if they give us, Goldberg do his, his usual shtick in his matches where it's spear, 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 jackhammer, and he wins. It's anyway. Like I said, I'm not gonna talk too much because I already have a spiel about that for the debate show.
I just want to. Okay, I'll be real. I just want to see Goldberg go for the spear and get Claymore.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I'd enjoy that. So yeah. So moving next, we got so we did it. Unfortunately, had some passings. Since we've been gone, which that should have been our show. Since we've been gone.
I asked you about this like 2 weeks ago, and you're like,
okay, I'll tell you this, and then when we continue on. But I was telling Idol about it. I told him that we were doing this, and he was like, "Oh, you should have said since you've been gone." You just have the song goes since you've been gone. He's like, everybody loves it. I was like, yeah. I was like, I know, but I was like, Cliff made me think about it, and I had too much time to think. And I did. So, but no, yeah. Since you've been gone, there it is. I did it, guys. I got it in. So yeah, we had some passings over the hiatus. Pat Patterson had passed away. Pat Patterson, who's it's Pat Patterson, a legend in the business. Also, he became a producer. He's one of Vince's Goonies. Him and
Best
Briscoe.
friend.
Yeah, his best friend. Pat passed away, and also to everyone's shock, the Exalted One, Brody Lee, had passed away as well. Then both of these were non-COVID related deaths as well. I want to make sure I put that out there. They weren't COVID related deaths. Pat had, he passed from old age, and then Brody had a lung issue. So they passed over the hiatus. We know AEW and actually the wrestling world, in a sense, really paid tribute and was mourning Brody. We did a tribute show for Brody as well. So I don't know. I don't know how to move on or what to say, but yeah.
I said what I said on the tribute show for Brody Lee, and if you guys haven't seen, it's probably on our YouTube stream. I legitimately broke down. Like,
Yeah. That was
it's still like in my throat. I'm still like getting choked about it, like just thinking like, and it's one thing because it's like, if you guys follow me on Facebook, like every day, like I have been posting like it's whatever day, you know what time it is. So you know what that means, and like that's what I've been doing. I've been posting it every day, and a lot of my friends are like, they like laugh because they're like, ha ha ha, what does that mean? And then they come and hit me up in the messenger side, and I'm just like, this is what it means. They're like, oh, and then I see like their comment got deleted. They like deleted themselves because they're like, he's paying respects. And yeah, it's sad to me, and I don't want to disregard Pat Patterson, right? Because my man had a great life,
Oh yeah.
great life, and just an incredible talent, like in and out of the ring. It was Brody that shocked us because like we just legitimately had seen him at like October. He dropped his title and then he was gone. And like nobody knew anything about him. And we're not owed answers by any means. Like I want to make sure that it gets clear too. Like whatever happens, it's their personal life, right? We're not owed answers, even if they're a public figure. And I saw this a lot on Twitter, we're not owed answers at all. Like that's them. And then he passed away, and we were all shocked. And we were like, "What are you talking about?" Like, we in our chat room, we all thought it was a joke. Like we were just like, "Yeah, fun, yeah, whatever." But then like all
Yeah.
of a sudden, like it more and more came out. We're like, "Oh shit, no, this was real," and like we're all devastated. I mean,
Yeah, I thought it was work. When I think, yeah, you had said something. I was like, that's a joke. I thought it was, thought it was work. So it's like, oh, Brody's coming back. All right, we're gonna kill him off, the exalted one. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it came out of nowhere. It really did. It came out of nowhere. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Because we had just seen, just a glimpse of what Brody, had in him. And, a lot of people, because I've seen on Twitter as well, people were comparing as far as, the Eddie and how when Eddie passed and how Eddie was just, had just reached the glass ceiling in his career. And, likewise with Brody, so we won't know what it could have been, but at least we were able to see, that glimpse. And it was good to see that Brody got something out of it, going to AEW after being, pigeonholed in WWE. So at least, his final moments he had fun. He showed the world why, he deserved a spot. And yeah, it's sad. It sucks. It definitely sucks for both.
yeah, it really. There's like nothing else to say about it. I mean, rest in peace to both Pat Patterson and Brody Lee. That's all needs to be said.
Yeah. So, that's all I have on my list of every. We've reached all our topics. These are points for at least somewhat of what happened, because so much stuff has happened. Wrestle Kingdom happened, and go shout out to Kota Ibushi. Randy Nick still gets the job done.
Shouts to Snoop Dogg for his frog splash that he hit on Serpentico. Yeah, I made a comment. I made a comment to a friend. I was like, WWE Snoop shoulder block, AEW
Yes.
Snoop frog splash.
Yeah. And then his terrible remix for Cody.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But anyway, that was that. That happened. What else? I don't know. I can't think of anything else, Cliff.
No, that's really kind of like about it. I mean, we have a lot of stuff coming up in the future.
Yeah, right. We do. So, this is gonna be a crazy 2021 as far as wrestling's concerned. You got AEW and Impact got their thing going. NWA's back. Oh yeah, NWA's back, guys. So if you're not don't have your finger on the pulse on the wrestling and you listen to us for your real news, we appreciate you and we appreciate your trust, and hopefully we can give you all that information. But NWA's back on YouTube, Shockwave. MLW is on YouTube with a weekly show as well. That comes on Wednesdays, an hour before Dynamite. So hey, just watch that and you watch Dynamite. Leo Rush
or don't and watch our show Returning to the Ring with the wrestler that we have coming on 1 hour before AEW and NXT is on.
Exactly. Watch that. You can catch MLW on the rewind. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can catch that once it actually uploads. What else? Oh, Leo Rush is the MLW,
Middleweight champ.
Middleweight champion? Yes, he is. He beat Myron for it. I wanted to be the one to beat him for it, but hey, that's okay. I can beat Leo for it. So, but yeah, Joey Janela sucks. GCW got a lot of heat. We might talk about that. but yeah, so hopefully, we filled you up on what did you miss while we've been gone. See how I did that with both songs? Yeah, we'll work on it. Maybe we can get both titles in to one for next year when we do this. What did you miss since we've been gone? I like that. What did you miss since we've been gone? Oh man. So yeah, hopefully we were able to get you caught up. Next week is the season premiere, season 2, part 2 dose of the 3 Count Podcast debate show. We will not have our new theme song for the first show, but we will have that soon. I'm here to announce that it is coming. I just gotta get my man's back in the stew because apparently he's still on the East Coast. But yeah, 3 Count Podcast debate show next week, 5 p.m. live on all our social medias. I'm also making an announcement here. I will be going live on my social media for the first couple minutes. So follow me at Chaz_the Don. If you want to check out that stream. I'm only doing like the first couple of intros, and I don't even know what's on the show. So I kind of have a skeleton. But yeah, the first couple minutes will be on. I'll be live streaming on my Instagram, but you definitely want to tune in for the actual live stream for our show. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wacky, as the debate show always is. So make sure you're there. Be there, or better yet, just be there. Also make sure you tune in onto Returning to the Ring every other Wednesday. Okay, every other Wednesday we are live. We got somebody coming in. Lou is the host of that. I'm also on there. Cliff's on there, and it's kind of just it's just the night out with the guys. So Wednesday, be there, or just be there. Get yourself a t-shirt. 3 Count Podcast / not 3 Count Podcast, but 3countpodcast.com is our website. So,
you gotta get back into practice of things. So if you guys want, go check out prowrestlingtees.com /3 Count Pod, or you can even go to 3countpodcast.com. Check out all of our links on the webpage, because we have our Twitter, we have our TikTok, we have our Instagram, we have our YouTube, we have our Pro Wrestling Tees, we have our Patreon page, which is a brand new thing for us. We have all sorts of stuff coming out. Like, we're genuinely excited to show you all the things that we've been working on behind the scenes. Everything that's in development, we've got crazy stuff going on.
Exactly.
A lot of great stuff.
So definitely don't miss anything that we got coming, because we got the sauce.
Like Johnny Cross said, he was like, "Man, y'all got all the shows." I'm like, "Yeah, we do."
Yeah,
we really do.
We do have all the shows. So I definitely got to get back on my plugs, because we got more stuff that I got to figure out a new system. But alrighty, here we go. I'm here with the Red Dog, Cliff Miller. I am the Don. I am the host. I am the grateful host of the 3 Count Podcast, and your boy, your nephew, your cousin, the Don Chaz Evans. This has been Since You've Been Gone. What did I miss? What did you miss since you've been gone? Since we've been gone? Whatever it is, it's been a recap of what everything happened. So hope you enjoyed it. Be there next week for the debate show, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there, or you know what? Just be there, bro. Just be there.